Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and I'm back today with Professor Thistlewick's journal. I think this might be the second to last journal entry. I think I've got this one and maybe one more because it's really getting quite chunky and most of the pages have been filled. So today I have, let's just put the journal to the side and get our little bundle out. Little kiddies, children's illustrations from old books and a little note by the professor. So these little illustrations are all that remain of storybooks my mother read to me when I was a boy. When the books were lost, these fragments became proof that unseen worlds might exist if I am brave enough to search. So these are the little bits that he's referring to that his mum used to read. Little storybook illustrations that I think we will join up and make a kind of folded up little mini journal with the illustrations, I think. See how it goes. I've got a couple of little mat pieces here to use as hinges if we need them. So the first thing we need to decide is the order of things. So we've got 2 of that kind and 2 of that kind. So if we join them up kind of randomly, maybe kind of, you probably can't see that end like that, maybe. Right, so put that one at the end, that one next, that one, that one. So we'll join these 2 and then we'll just sort of maybe clip this onto the front, the little note to say what they are. Right, so we'll just make one long strip first of all. Breaking out a new glue stick. Yeah. We'll make one long strip and then we'll just fold them to and fro. I think is probably the best idea. Still want it to look a little bit, what's the word? A little bit ramshackle. A little bit messy. Because we both know, you and I, that the professor is not the tidiest of people. You put that one on the top of that one. Okay, and then this little one, there. So that was really easy. This is all going to be quite easy, I think. Nothing difficult about this. Okay. Oops. Now, let's see where in the journal it's going to go. I think towards the back there are a couple of pages that don't have, yes, right at the back, these 2 pages just have little snippets of things stuck on. So I think we can put it in here somewhere. So we don't want it to be especially bigger than. Now I'm wondering if we should go to the sewing machine and sew these, because this is only glue stick. I think that's what I'll do. I was wondering if I could create hinges, but now that I've just glued them all together, I don't need hinges because we've glued them each on top of each other. So now I'm thinking a little bit of a reinforcement with the sewing machine might do the trick, because I'm not going to be folding them. Maybe something like that. So yeah, so I think I'm going to need to stitch them. Okay, so we've given it just a little easy, straightforward running stitch. So we've got one nice long strip, and do we want to have it long ways, or coming out? Probably coming out, I would think, and we'll just make them shorter. Maybe we'll stick it onto this page. I'm trying to work out. Right, so if it was like that, it would be stuck onto there and come out like that. And okay, you would have a fold in the middle when it closes, but that's okay. No, I'm not sure that I want a fold in the middle. I'm not sure that I want it over here. I think I want it here, and we'll just do straightforward folds to make it fit. Just keeping all the folds the same size, roughly. I think we'll fold this one in. Yeah. And we'll just, in fact, we could clip or stick that over there. Yeah, what do you think? These illustrations are from, no, I think it must be Dutch, because these were gifted to me some children's books from my friend Josephine, who was visiting Glasgow. And yeah, she brought me the biggest pile of books and ephemera and all sorts of goodies. Right, I think that's okay and good to go. I think we'll maybe stick it. Where will we put it? In the middle? Or just down a little bit? Just down a little bit, I think. Yeah, so thanks, Josephine. We have met up with Josephine twice so far when they visited Scotland. The first time we went to the West End and to that bookshop that's got like, I don't know, it sort of annoys me a wee bit. It's just so unorganised, and the piles of books are so high in front of the books, shelves. Well, shelves. I think there's shelves in there somewhere. But it's just too difficult to find anything. There. Now I wonder if we need a little tag. I think I've got a little, yeah, here it's here. What have we got? We've got a, these are all the little tiny pieces that I keep from this book. Look at that tiny, tiny little charm that's an envelope with a little heart on it. We should put that on Isadora's letter. Maybe we'll go through and do finishing touches. What was I looking for? Oh yes, a tab. But that's kind of modern looking for this, isn't it? We could make a little tab from this, just so that we know that we're pulling it out. I think yeah, that finishes it off quite nicely. I wonder if we could clip that onto that end page. Yeah, so I think there'll be this one and then one more to do. I was going to do his wallet, but you know, I'm not sure now. Let me just reach over. I was going to do his wallet, but oh, right, let's just finish this first. Okay, we'll tuck that in there, and that's there, and you can still see the little story there, and then all the illustrations. Okay, yeah, this was going to be his wallet, but I'm not sure now what. I think I might keep this for another project and actually turn it into a journal on its own, a man's journal for another story, because if we sat that in there, it's really going to be too bulky. And what was going to go in it was once, and I was thinking, right, we'll stick maps or bits of maps on the bit, and oh, I don't know, but this is what was going to go into the wallet. So the school that he went to, and that was some of his pupils, and then that was going to be his compass, and then this is the very man. But I think we'll just do an ID card with this. Someone has suggested that a while back in the comments, and I think that's a good idea. We can do an ID card and we can just keep it in here on the front page, and then we can just find a page and tell a story about his school days and about his pupils. And there'll be a little blank, well, not a blank page, but a page that we can maybe use for the school days story, and we can do something with this. So all of that I think will be in the next video, and that's just a finishing touch And we'll just save this little wallet for another day. On another project, it can go back in the box. And we will just do this. Yes, a school page, an ID card, and actually just kind of a standalone compass type thing. So let's have a quick look, because it's nearly done. So this is a postcard that he's kept, that somebody sent, and then a fragment of a menu just in there, and then the professor's little story about how he met Isadora, his long lost love. Little things in those pockets. You'll have seen this a million times. The Isle of Weathershins. This pop-out map. This is Isadora's letter. In here. Her last love letter. All typed up. A little piece of her handkerchief and some of her illustrations that she's drawn. So that all gets tucked in there. A little card in there. A menu. He always kept menus from places that he loved. Another postcard. He was a man that kept everything. Why is that not going back in there? Can you go there? Oh, excuse me. Far sickness or a longing need for far off places. A little first day cover. A little card. These are places that he's discovered. Bellamy's Hollow. Little fragments of things from that place. A letter from somebody. Another place that he discovered. Fragments. Some cards. That's come away. That purple glue, see this? I'd be as well putting this in the bin. That's it, totally dried up and it hasn't stuck. This is the best. You can even tell when you touch it, like this is proper sticky and makes your fingers sticky. This, it's not sticky. Ugh. So, Elmer's, Felmer's, middle pages, lots of instruments that he uses in his day-to-day explorations. Oh, and this was his game night, remember? At the parlour in the Nowhere Cross Inn, where he won a beauty contest. I like this one. Why are things not going back in? Oh, there's something in there. Let's take them out. Something else. That's it. There we are. Got to put things in order. Or else it gets stuck in all the layers. Some more postcards. Another place, the Lake of Clear Shadows. Some postcards. Little fragments of pieces that he had kept. Another place with little bits. Page from his stamp album. And then this is when he went sailing to Campbelltown, or Campbellton. Campbellton Loch, I wish you were whiskey, as the old song goes. Will sail between Glasgow, Greenock and Campbellton, calling off Lochranza, unless prevented by any unforeseen circumstance, which would probably be the weather. A cabin was 4 shillings and a steerage was 2 shillings. What's that at the bottom? The date of this sailing route, the splendid steamers, Druid and Celt. There we are. Oh, and what's this? Oh, this is the menu from the steamer ship. Wednesday, the 26th of May, 1880. Luncheon. Cold roast, cold corned beef, hot potatoes, sardines, biscuits and cheese. That's lunch. And then dinner is salmon, then roast beef, the leftover corned beef from lunch, roast lamb, chicken and ham. Oh, ticking all the boxes here. Custard and apple tart, cheese, salad, dessert. Oh, and there's where they were going. The first class hotel on the Esplanade, the Alexandra. What's in the back of that? I think it's just, yeah, it's just more about the sailing. So, yeah. Imagine him keeping that. What's in this one? Ah, some old places. And some old adverts. He was quite the hoarder. Another place. And then we've got our little easy peasy book illustrations from when he was a child, which I think are a nice little addition there. And that's us. And of course a wee map at the back. So that was really easy today. A little concertina, if you like, pull out. It's a very eclectic journal, isn't it? I do love it. Okay, so that's me today. Super quick, super easy. Yeah, probably one more. If you've got any other ideas, let me know. But like I say, I think we're pretty much run out of room here. I do have the idea for the next journal. So I don't want, although I'm asking for ideas, I just want ideas around these two things, the ID card and the school. I don't want lots of ideas for this because I want it to be kind of finished. Start a new one. Okay then. Thanks for joining me. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.